the slide. Actually, it doesn't go. That's implied. The glasses are over here. I just step aside. You know what else is cool about these cymbals, these steel ones? Is they're durable, man. You can be like, hey, oh my. Well, not on there. You can be like, hey, oh no. You know what I mean? And it's perfect. And God, I don't know. All right. I think it could change the face of the cymbal industry. All right, so what I need to do is go here. All right, so here, let me get a little. Oh, I had to move the iPod tray because I don't know. All right, so here we go. So I got to make sure everything's in focus. So here's the drum room. Now here's the deal. There's an announcement. Woo, woo. Hang on. So wait, that's okay. Wait, no, I don't want that. I want the Ocus Fair. So this is up close, right? Woo. And then we're gonna go regular. All right. So here we go. Sorry, I'm giddy with excitement. I'm absolutely. There it is. I think that'll do the job. Gideon. All right, here we go. Because I think there's good. Well, there is. There's going to be a Bonzolium Studios. In an actual, it's my ideal kind of room. It's been tailored acoustically perfectly by Jack Boehner. My God, Jax is going to kill me because I always call him Jax. I couldn't even tell you his cell phone number, or anybody's phone number, or half the people I know last name because it just says like whomever in the phone. Jax built this room anyway, but the ground is the original, Chicago area, like 1920s factory, frickin' probably like 2 foot deep frickin' concrete slab. It's the perfect acoustic environment. You know what I gotta do though? Real fast though? Yeah, so yes. So what's gonna happen is at the studio, it'll be big enough. I always wanted to do sort of like a live show, whether it's interviewing people or talking, let's say you get a bunch of people talking about Ludwig, like, hey, look at this 1909 frickin', whatever. So here we are. So this is it. It's roomy now. I got rid of my leg machine that used to be over here, because I have Don Martin skinny legs, and I thought I'd really sort of try and get some beef on it, but I just did it about 5 times and decided not to do anything else about it. All right, so here we go. But what else is it? There's something else. There's always something else. There really is, though. Cymbals, blah, 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 blah. Yes, the drums here. I put in the other video about the studio. Well, that's coming up. PFOZ. Playing shows. Hello. I gotta get some sympathetic. Hello. Where can I get a reverb? Give me a reverb. Hang on. Grab any old cymbal. Hold it up. Oh! No, not quite. Stand by. Stand by. Oh! Hey! PFO. That's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm still so giddy over the news of getting the my new space. Concrete floor, oh my God, it'll be the best. So I can set up, I have enough room to set up like 4 kits at the same time. It'll afford me the opportunity to teach lessons out of there, which would be nice. So I love to teach drummers like just, right when they're like, just give them like the, my back. I went to the chiropractor the other day. It was great. I was like that sock doll. It was like, it was bending me over like I was waiting for my, oh my God. You know it'd be like a 1 in a quadrillion chance to 1. But the chiropractor, all right, ready, and they kind of roll you a certain way where your face and chest are straight up, but like your feet are almost feel going the other way. And they're like, ugh! And I'm just waiting for like complete spinal failure, like, and I'm just like, oh, my lungs collapse, and in like 46 seconds, I'm just a lifeless piece of meat. So I went there. It's a little sore afterward, but I feel a hell of a lot better. But again, I just have this, I don't know, man. I water, so usually every night I screw back in the frickin', centrifugal thingy that sucks the hose up. Maybe that's what it is. All right, anyway, so I was rewinding 48 seconds. I'm rewinding to where I was talking about how the drummer, in the old, you sort of have to nail it. You kind of get your best take back in the day. So let's say we're going to do, I did rock and roll. I did a rock and roll like 7 years ago, which I might release, which I don't know how I'm playing it that fast. I'm not doing it properly with the, because I can't do that. It just doesn't sound good, because I don't have control of my left hand to make it go like those soft, to be totally honest, I don't even know if I hear it on the studio recording. I gotta be honest. I hear it on the, a little bit of the, no, I don't even know if it's there. See, I gotta invert it in my head. Think of it like old school, the way I used to think about it. Right? That's like the, has the right feel. When I switch it around to the, that's what that is. So here's the rock and roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right? Or 1 clack, 2 clack, 3. But here's the best one always. 1, 2, 3. That's what it is. Right? But in a non-musical intro, it's just like, there better be 5 there. In fact, I seem to remember, didn't even Jason Bonham at like 86 in the video say that? When you do a roll and roll, you go ahead, and there's got to be 5. Because you're thinking it starts on the 1, or I used to, and a lot of people did. Just like Misty Mountain Hop. I used to think it was, all right, here we go. So beginning of Misty Mountain Hop, it's clang, clang, you know what I mean? There's the little 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, 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 da, ba, right? Ba, 1. Well, I used to think of that as ba, the 1 originating on the very front end. So out of nowhere, it seemed like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. As in this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And also too, like Eagles. If I was ever playing with the Eagles and somebody just started playing Winslow, Arizona, standing on a corner, not a frickin' care in my mic on my back. I'm thrilled about the drum room. But anyway, the song, yeah. But it's really, with Winslow, Arizona, Take It Easy, Misty Mountain Hop, and rock and roll, it's really the same thing. 1, 2, 3, right? And another thing. Anyone see the SpongeBob movie from years ago? It's the one that had David Hasselhoff, where his chest was like, and they got in it, was like, and they rode him like a frickin' thing across the ocean. Anyway, in that movie, SpongeBob goes to a bar, but it's like an ice cream bar because, well, it's SpongeBob. And he gets all busted up. And he says, like, let me tell you. What does he say? He's like, yeah, I got to see Mr. Krabs. And his eyes go, ew. And he goes, Mr. Krabs. So then he goes to Mr. Krab. The point I'm getting to is that he finally goes, let me tell you something. Wait, what was I going to say, though? But let me tell you something. It was the beginning of a song. we're gonna groove. Right? Except, I mean, to me, I always thought it was like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hang on. Not the rock. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. Oh, what? Yeah, a 1. Sorry, because the other way is just after. It's in my head. Anyway. So here's the thing. They sit down like, Bonham does the thing. What does he do? And one of his sticks goes, flies over the stage. And then it's. Anyway, that song at the beginning, it's almost, you know, in the middle of the song where it's like, like that kind of thing. Well, eventually they go. Okay, when that happens there, you have to think like New York subway, 1930s, 40s horn section. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? It's not like you might think of like Moby Dick, like he used to go. Alrighty. I have to boogie soon because I have to run an errand. But anyway, so the beginning to we're gonna groove. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and then it seems like for whatever reason there's an 8 note missing or a quarter note or whatever the hell it is, because it doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, like a bulletin-y kind of thing, like that. It's actually more 20 years, 30 years earlier, more 40s. You know, like cigarette smoky suits, guys playing in tuxedos kind of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. That's what the intro actually is. And we're going to groove. All right, I have to boogie. I have to run an errand. Are we still recording? I don't even know. Let's see. All right. All right. So, and this is it. This video is dedicated to my late father, who passed away a week ago tomorrow. He was 86. God love him. He played the drums. Remember he told me, well, he didn't play drum set, but he was born in Manhattan and went to one of those like PS schools, you know, it's like 700 in New York because there's so many people. And he played he played the drum, like the drum and fife corps. And I remember it was a Leedy and Ludwig he said he had. I had a kit where I had a Leedy Tom and a Leedy and Ludwig, what was it, Ludwig bass drum? Yeah. And my dad was like, if mine was a 12 by 15 or whatever it was. So that's it, Pops, Godspeed. Like I told you, I'll see you on the other side. So that's this chorus. We're going to end this. Hang on. Time out. The John Bonham sticks here. Oh, here they are. These, I know that they're supposed perfect replicas of the Pamuco that Bonham played. I don't think they're perfect replicas in the pictures I've seen, but I find them to be damn nice sticks. So that's it. Till next time soon, I'll be in the new studio. It'll be great. I'm going to have like interview. Honest to God, I've been talking about interviews since the 50s. It's going to happen. There'll be other drum sets set up. It'll be chaos. It should be a lot of fun. And I hope to see you there. Please subscribe if you have, for whatever reason. My subscription, I've been frozen at 63,000 subscribers for like a billion years now, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But I'd like to. I don't want to get too close to that 66666 number. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. I'm grateful for the subscribers. Yeah, it's nice. And it's terrific. It really is. Again, the seal symbols. This will still be my personal rehearsal room. Right? And then, yes, but they are not a sponsor. But I do dig these little guys. See these micro espresso cans? They're from the Starbucks. The Starbucks. It's the premium espresso beverage. It's small, it's compact. It'd be nice if it was maybe twice the size or maybe this tall. Like a half quart. Have a half quart version of one of these. It's like there's, know what I'm saying? It'd be like your Churchill of beer cans or coffee cans. All right, anyway, so let me open this up and take a sip. Again, I have no sponsors. I'm sponsored by me. Wow. Fantastic. All right, so till next time, there might be another video down here. I'm going to get into doing covers and all kinds of stuff. It'll be really, really cool. Don't forget, PFOZ going on, they're playing gigs this September on the continent. Okay? So, I'll see you soon. Remember, any drum questions or any drum cymbal questions or bottom questions or anything, remember, the email is thebonzolium@gmail.com, right? Just in case there's any bots that are like, yeah, let me sell you what, blah, 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 blah. You know? I know there's always one more thing that I always think, I'm like, oh, I meant to say that in the video. Huh. Ah, yes. Well, I talked about this before a little bit. This is my new Sonic, my 6.5 by 14. They called it Black Velvet. They made, I think, this finish maybe for 2 or 3 years. Because they swapped out. They had the original high gloss black, which was sharp as hell. Killer with this silver badge. Anyway, bought this guy maybe 5 months ago. And I put a die-cast hoop on the top just because I was having some detuning. You know, I hit those rim shots. So I'm gonna, but yeah, the die-cast hoop is functioning nicely. Yes, but that wasn't it. What the hell was it? If you're still sticking around, God love you. Yeah, but all right. So whoa. Whoa. No, there was something. There really was something. Gosh darn it! Oh, it was a cool thing. It was like, hey, have you ever done? Is this is good for drums? It's really neat. This is what I do. Anyway, thought you should know, kind of thing. No, that's not what the hell it was. It wasn't something like it was. I don't know. Anyway, more videos coming soon. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'm not even in the shot, man. That camera is like on that frickin' 17 over there. All right, Bob. Thank you and good night. Thank you and good night. Oh, I know what it is. This, because it was behind the camera. The Train Man hat. My brother gave me this some years ago. God, was it for my birthday? I'm a huge Train fan. I'll be quick. Any train fans out there? I love train. And I'm talking real trains. I'm not a miniature train guy. Although I do have a couple small locomotives that I do drive around like the kitchen table when nobody's home. You know what I mean? God, I'd love to get and just. I always fantasize about getting like an F unit, and just sit like the way it looked in 1978 with like the big window painted yellow and the Mars light disabled, so it just pointed straight north or forward. Oh my God, and they had that slightly yellow, like now the Amtrak trains have like these bright blue-white, I mean it looks like it's scary looking in a weird way. It's suddenly this big bright, like foreign kind of light, meaning when I mean foreign, I mean to my old school, what incandescent sort of used to on the front of trains. There we go. So the first time I've ever very recently seen like a different kind, I'm sure it doesn't use like any energy, it's neat. It's actually kind of, in a weird way, cooler at night because it looks scarier. And that's part of the thing about trains. Like when a train comes, you're kind of like, you know what I mean? My dad used to live in River Forest, briefly, 2 years. In the house abutted the Soo Line track, which at the time was the Soo Line, which was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Oh my God, I'd go up there, it was 2-track at the time. my dad, his second wife, had a son, Christopher. God love him, he's still around. Oh my God, I got a funny Christopher story. It has to do. They were from Virginia. Christopher brought his shotguns and a BB gun, which I ended up getting from him for Christmas. My dad agreed to do it. I couldn't believe it. I went out on the snow-covered tracks. It was like shooting leaves off, like probably broke a couple windows. It was old school. No, it couldn't have gone that far because it was spring-loaded. What am I talking about? But I was shooting stuff. That was a great night. I didn't see a train that night, though. What I used to do is I'd go up there at night to the top of this hill where the train they had to clear the Chicago Northwestern tracks. What happened is, back in the early 1900s, they had to raise the tracks. Certain municipalities, Chicago, River Forest, Oak Park, you got to raise the grade, right? So Soo Line had to totally raise, well, relatively speaking, theirs. So then the Chicago Northwestern raised theirs. But if you really look at sort of the grade there, the tracks are up high, and then they kind of come down. They go under the tracks, and they go back up again, River Forest train station, and go back down to the more or less the ground. Back to the hat, train man. So anyway, I used to ride the train a lot when I was a little kid. In fact, I remember me and Mark, my main man, Marky T, he'll go by Mark T, and my cousin and dear friend, Tommy O, I thought it would be a good idea if we got on the train. So we were young, like, I might have been 10. Anyway. Went downtown, some chaos happened, we finally made it home. I couldn't believe, got 10 years old. I think about a fifth grader taking a fourth grader and a third grader. God, that train station downtown, the Clinton Street station, was it Clinton Street or Matt? Oh my God, it was beautiful. I can't believe they tore that thing down. Anyway, the train man hat. I was given this to me for my birthday. I have quite a large cabeza. I don't know who wore this. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's the Candygram for Mongo hat. Remember, he's like, Candygram for Mongo. No, he goes, Candyman for, what does he say? What is it? Candygram for Mongo. Candygram from, oh, is that awesome? So we're going to drum out Candyman, the Candyman. It's the Candyman. Hang on. Silent. It's the Candyman. Oh man, I think that will be what is known as a blood blister. I'm losing my mojo, everybody. I don't know what's happening. I'm getting old. I'm 54 and I'm losing my mojo. So I need to regain it with Starbucks espresso. Okay, the train hit. Oh yeah, I'm going to close this with a minor Bonzolium story. I have a lot of Bonzolium stories. A lot. This is one. My pops and I, and my friend Marky T, one of my main compadres in chaos in the day, we're riding home on the CNW, Chicago Northwestern, West Line, Geneva, and we're cruising. We're going to go to, Mark and I are going to get off at Oak Park, and my pop's going to get off at River Forest. Back in the day, the train stop, not a lot of trains stopped there. Track was old and rickety relative to the other ones. It was great back in the day. We used to go there and just watch the trains go by. It was the golden era. Yeah, so we're on the way out, and we kind of start making the way from, I guess, what would be, I think we just cleared the Western Avenue, where what used to be the Milwaukee Road curves off to the north. And the old Pennsylvania, the Panhandle line used to curve off south. Yeah, they had like 7 tracks there at one time. Anyway, so I'll make this real fast. So and the train's picking up speed, man. I mean, in those days, like the CTA, what they call the Green Line now, was just the, Lake Dan Ryan. Man, those trains up until the late 80s, early 90s, where they did that work, used to fly down. They used to have expresses sometimes. You'd be coming home from work, and suddenly you get to, what would it usually be? Clinton, probably. Be like, this is going to be an express train to Laramie. And you'd be like, so doors are closed, a bunch of people get off, like, oh, doors are closed, and the train would be like, you'd go over the tracks, train tracks, between California and Western, I think, right? The whole Western, yeah, Western out to California. And you feel like you're going to fly off the tracks. It was just crazy. And they had A-B. Anyway, so back to the train story. So my Mark and I are sitting in the vestibule. Even to this day, when I take the train downtown, 90% of the time I I'm in the vestibule because they have a nice window. You can really see everything. You're not sort of locked in a darker green, maybe dirty on the outside window. They used to be green back in the day. That's another story. So we're cruising along, and I have my back to the direction we're going. So the door is literally, I'm leaning on it. And they have these pneumatic, is it pneumatic? The doors go, they open like that. So we're sitting there, and Mark, he's standing, he's looking out the window. There's a couple other people in the vestibule. It's a really crowded train. And mind you, at this time, well, I have my back up against the smoking section, and the clean section is, the non-smoking section. Because the doors are open, it's just like, it's funny, they actually had smoking sections, which was like, anyway. So we're sitting there, I remember we're starting to fly. We're doing it just past Western Avenue. It's like, and in those days, they hadn't yet continuously used continuous welded rail, at least on that stretch. So as you're flying along, and those doors aren't really sealed completely. There's like a rubber thing, there's some and you hear, and you hear it going because each nugget from one car to the other, 2 sets of wheels, right? Cha-chunk, right? Spang-lang. This is going somewhere. So we're hauling ass, and the door just goes, opens up. Somebody grabs Mark and pulls it back. I'm sitting, they used to have like these welded, nickel-plated brass railings. So I'm sitting and my little butt's crammed into this little thing. I'm at the pole right here. My feet are not touching the ground. And I'm holding the thing like this. There's another metal thing in front of me, because in those days they divided it in 3 instead of 2. I don't know, man, that was even tight. Anyway, so the door opens, and I just look, and it's like all kinds of weed trees. Did I make it past the crossing? No, because they were all bridges. Crossing didn't occur till Cicero. So every so often, I'd be like, go over a bridge, and this dude, I don't know who I remember I did, that stuff happened so fast. It actually, I think I might only been about a half a second that it happened, but it seemed like forever. And I remember his hand was like, I might even grab some of my flesh, and it was like, and I was like, and I went, and he saved me, God love him. Yes, I got a letter from the Chicago Northwestern like a month later saying we're very sorry. I don't know how that happened. How did my dad write a letter or something? Yes, back to my father. Godspeed, Michael Patrick. His father had a sports card. Before sports cards went to gum, cigarettes. Well, a lot of people know this, I guess. Cigarettes used to have sports cards. My grandfather, I'm 54. My grandfather, not great-grandfather, my grandfather was born in 1888. That's a long time ago, man. He was my age in 36 or something? Holy moly. I don't know. But yeah. But wait, so it's going to the train. Oh yeah, so the trainman hat. Yes. Stand by. So here it is. And one of them, so train man. You would also see collector, and you'd also see conductor. And there might have been another one. Anyway, this is train man, because I am indeed a train man. All right, that's it. More videos later. I'm getting back into it. The new studio, it's going to be out of hand. You know what I'm saying? And we'll turn to a club at night. It'll be like, so it's like I'm getting it for free. No, but I'll be able to store some of this stuff there. It'll be cool. I have a couple kits set up. I have some interviews. I'm going to interview my friend Ryan Jervik, who has a channel here on YouTube called Vintage Drummer. He's a... And so we're going to talk. We're going to tell the story about how we met. That's coming up very soon. All right, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Bonzolium. It's Muelos knob spelled backwards.